for joining me today to do this chair yoga opening sequence. This is kind of a warm-up for your practice. You can do this at home in your kitchen as I'm doing it in mine, or you can do it in your office or anywhere really on a chair. And then you can add other parts of your practice into it later. So let's just begin by coming to the edge of your chair. You can bring your feet forward and bring your hands on your knees. Lift your heart, settle your shoulders, lengthen your neck, and let's begin by simply closing the eyes. Noticing the breath, the prana, and taking about 5 or 10 deep rounds of inhalations and exhalations. Staying focused on the breath throughout your practice helps you be mindful and helps you to be present in your practice and helps you to release a lot of stress and anxiety. So let's begin by lowering your chin now towards the chest, just lengthening the back of the neck. And on the inhale, please lift your chin up. Lower chin down. Inhale, lift, and lowering chin down one last time to take a clockwise head roll, and other way. Come back to your neutral head. Let your arms dangle down by the side with a soft bend in your elbows and begin to roll shoulders back. Get some movement in the scapula. And then begin to lead that movement through elbows and now through long arms. Okay, and reaching your arms all the way up. You can't quite see the tops of my hands on the screen, but let your hands do some swirling movements to open up your wrists and your fingers. And then other way. Please bring your arms out wide, spread your fingers, you're still rooting down evenly through sits, and then up and over into a side stretch. And inhale up to come to the other side, up and over. One more time each side, inhale up, exhale over. And last side. And coming all the way back up, come into a twist. You're just coming into a side twist, either direction, doesn't matter. And feel your axis, your vertebra rather, spinning on the axis of your spine. Your spine is lifted and vertical. And then please come back to center and take that same shape to the other side. So if this back arm feels uncomfortable to be so high up on your chair, you can come down to the seat of your chair instead if that's more comfortable for your shoulder. So never forcing anything in your yoga practice, just coming to your edge, your comfortable, sustainable edge rather than pushing towards pain or discomfort. So please come back now to hands to your knees, and you'll walk your feet a little wider. If you've come back in the middle of the chair, come forward again so you're at the edge of your chair. Bring your hands to your knees, lift up as tall as you can through the heart space, and bring shoulder towards opposite knee. And let's move with the breath here. Inhale up, exhale across. One more time each side. Inhale, lift, exhale, and last one. Okay, and then come all the way back up From here, reach arms all the way up. As you do, lift your heels, let palms meet overhead. On your exhale, hands and heels come down. 2 more. And come all the way down. Last one. And all the way down, heels and hands. Interlace your hands here. Begin to press your hands out towards me. That may look funny on your screen, that foreshortened look, but palms are facing out, arms go long, and then draw your navel back towards spine as head comes down between the arms. This is like a cat-cow, but on the chair. So inhale, lift, so you're arching the back here, and exhale, drawing navel back towards spine. So really opening up the back body. 2 more. And reach back. Last one. And draw back. Okay, coming all the way back up, soften your elbows, bring your hands around to find the chair, the rungs of your chair, and walk your feet back together again. And then here you're just gonna begin to lean forward to allow the arms to lengthen behind you, shoulder blades slide towards one another, your head and chin can tuck gently forward, and if it feels good to you to rock side to side, you can do that, and feel how your front body, your heart space area, and your collarbones begin to broaden. The shoulder blades behind you begin to slide gently towards one another. And then you can bring your hands back to your knees and lift all the way up. Coming into a Garudasana pose, eagle pose, bring your arms out wide once again. And now you'll bring one arm on top of the other. I always try to start with the right side lest I forget, and I do, as many of you who know me know that's true. Right hand on top, or right arm on top, backs of the hands, palms may be facing, and then walk your feet together also. So ankles and knees hugging. Lift your elbows up. Press the forearms away. And then if you'd like to come into a forward fold, you can explore that. This is eagle pose, seated eagle pose, Garudasana. Okay, reach your arms out wide. Other side, left arm on top. So if that's not comfortable for you, hands to the shoulders is a great option. Lifting elbows here still gives you a nice stretch between the shoulder blades. If you can, backs of the hands or palms, lifting elbows, pressing forearms away, beginning to really breathe into that space between shoulder blades. Send your breath into that area that tends to get very tight. Most people carry a lot of tension and tightness right in that area, so breathe and expand into that space. It's subtle but noticeable. And then you can forward fold if you like. Inhale, lift. Wonderful. And then please bring your arms out wide once again. And hands to the back of the chair. And just one more time, leaning forward to stretch out the shoulders and the rotator cuffs. Okay, hands to your knees, lift up tall, walk your feet wide. And we're going to come into some seated warriors. I'm just going to check to make sure we have enough time for this video. We do? Great. So you're just going to come to seated, yeah? And bring your feet wide and extend one leg long. And then you can bring your arms wide as well. And notice if you have kind of a banana back, if you can lower ribs, draw in. Engage this thigh, arms reaching out, hugging the arm muscles to the bones. So it's not just kind of like a floppy warrior, you're really extending. And then begin to reach back into reverse warrior. And on your exhale, bring your forearm to the thigh. Notice where that knee is, it's not rolling in, it's right over the ankle. Forearm to the thigh. And you can begin by bringing this hand to the hip. Roll the ribs and shoulder back. Notice that difference. And then from there, maybe the arm extends long. Still breathing. Coming all the way back up. Float your hands down. Come back to center. Just one time, a reset between two sides, a forward fold. Some of you like to bring your hands all the way down to touch the floor. That may or may not be something you like or that's accessible to you. And then climb your hands back up to your knees, lift all the way back up. Stack your vertebra, low ribs draw back. Just other side. So these poses you can also do standing. It's kind of interesting to do them on the chair. This is Warrior Two. If it feels like it's too extreme for your hips to go wide, don't go so wide. If you don't like the way it feels to extend your leg, soften the knee a little bit behind you. That's fine also. I like to go long. Reverse Warrior. And Parsva Konasana. Okay, then please come all the way back up, hands down, and then walk feet back to center. So before we come up to standing, just one more seated pose is interesting to do on the chair. There's lots of other ones too, but let's do this one together before we come to standing. Come to your edge of chair, arms reach out in front of you, and then lean back. So this is kind of like a boat pose. Inhale, lift, and lean back. And lift. Last one, lean back. So feel the core really working, and if you want to explore extending through your heels, keep lifting your heart, relax your shoulders, about 5 breaths here. That's the sound of my pipes, if you can hear that, my hot water pipes. Okay, and then lower your heels, lift all the way up, and let's come up to standing. And then when you're ready, just take a little bit of a stretch, come into L shape. From here, you can continue with other practice. You can continue with my chair yoga practice or with a floor practice. But thank you for practicing with me here. Namaste.